Hey guys, what's up? For those of you that don't know me, my name is Crissanna, and if you're new here, then welcome, and if you're an oldie, welcome back. So guys, in today's video, we have a good one. So today we're going to be testing out the Wet n Wild x Spongebob collection. So I got everything in the collection, you guys, besides the one Krabby Patty brush cleaner. Other than that, I got everything. I got the sponges, I got the brushes, I got the highlighter, I got the palette, and then I got the setting spray and the primer spray. And let me tell you guys, I'm really excited, and I think you guys are going to be excited for this one too. So if you guys end up liking this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up, and please subscribe if you haven't already. And if you guys want to see exactly how I used all the new SpongeBob products on my face and on my eyes, then go ahead and keep on watching. It took me going to Ulta and 2 different Walmarts to get this collection. I went to the same Walmart 3 times, you guys. First 2 times I go up, I'm looking around, I'm asking workers, hey, do you guys have this collection? They're like, no, we don't. And I'm like, well, I can see online that it has like 6 or whatever left of this certain product. And she's like, sometimes online can be wrong and we don't always have the things in stock. So as I'm watching, like every day I'm looking on Walmart and it keeps saying like the sponges, like the amount keeps going down. It's going from like 6 to 5 to 4 to 3 to 2 to 1. So finally when it got to 1, I'm like, I need to go back up there. Like they have to have this collection. Like I see that the stock is moving down. Like they're not going to have it if I don't get up there. So I finally went up and I asked the lady, I'm like, do you guys have this collection? She's like, yeah, if you go out this way and you go walk way down there, you're going to find it. And I'm like, oh my God, like this wasn't even near the makeup. And I was already up here 2 times asking about it and the workers had no idea what I was talking about. So yeah, after a couple trips to Walmart and after shopping at Ulta, I did get everything, pretty much the whole collection. So let's go ahead and jump on in. So I went ahead and primed my lids and I also set them. We are going to go in with the eyeshadow palette first, just because I'm not really sure how everything performs yet. And I don't want a bunch of fallout after I have my base makeup on. So this is what the palette looks like. So this is the Wet n Wild Nautical Non-Scent Eyeshadow Palette. This is limited edition. So excited, you guys. So the shade names are actually on the back. See, I don't mind as long as there's shade names somewhere. Here is what the palette looks like. So I do have a shade up here that's like falling out, and then so isn't this one. But I think it's so pretty, you guys. I'm super duper excited to see how it performs. So I'm first going to take like a neutral shade. I'm going to go into the Krabby Patty one right here. So this is called One Eternity Later. I feel like I can hear the narrator on there saying one eternity later. Like how they do it like super slow. But let's go ahead and just start buffing this pretty much all around the lid. I'm not going to be too precise because it's just going to be a transition shade. Kind of bothers me with this palette. Not even so much bothers as there is no mirror. I don't think really any of Wet n Wild's palettes have mirrors, but for this one, it definitely would have been nice to have a mirror inside. Next up, I'm going to take this shade right here. So this has Squidward on it, and this is called Sea Star. It's the same brush. That way they can blend together really nicely. But I'm also focusing this a little more into my crease. I feel like with this being a SpongeBob collection, why is there not a yellow shade in here? And I find that really strange. So I'm next going to take this deepish bluish purple shade, and this is called Secret Formula. So this is going to go right along the outer V. I guess it's more like a purpley shade. It's not so much blue. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab a little bit of this orange, and this is called Pretty Patty. And I'm just going to focus this right here on the inner part of the crease, but also blending that purple shade with it. Alright guys, so now we're going to go ahead in for some shimmer. So the first shimmer I'm going to take is going to be this one over here, and this is called Aye Aye Captain. Such like a pretty light blue. Okay, that shade is absolutely gorgeous. Alright, you guys, this has got to be a glitter shade because it is falling all over, but it is so beautiful. I'm going to go back in with the purplish shade. So I'm not really sure why this is happening, but it's almost like the blue shimmer shade is like not wanting to stick to my eye. It's almost like it's like falling all over. I'm just going to add a little bit of setting spray to my brush and hoping that it will just kind of stick. And then I'm going to take some of the deeper blue right next to it called Bikini Bottom. And I'm just going to use this kind of right in the center. Really pretty shade. Alright guys, so for the bottom waterline, I'm going to use all the matte shades like I did on top, but I'm going to do that off camera, and I'm also going to apply my false lashes off camera, and then I'll come back and we can start working on all the face products. Alright guys, I'm back. I did go ahead and put my false lashes on, but the glitter under my eyes, you guys, that was a mess to clean up. It was literally all over my face, and I feel like I still didn't get it off. So word of advice, if you get this palette, use shadow guards under your eyes, even if you don't have your foundation on just yet, just because it's going to prevent a bunch of glitteriness under your eyes. So really quick, before we jump in the face, I'm going to show you everything I got. So I got the Patrik sponge, also the Spongebob sponge. I got the pineapple holder, so this is a beauty sponge holder. I got the Spongebob brush. I got the Sandy Cheeks brush. I got the Spongebob highlighter. And then I got a primer spray. And then I also got a setting spray. So let's go ahead and jump in. So first, of course, I'm going to take the Hydrating and Brightening primer spray. I'm going to go ahead and just directly spray it on my face. If the spritzer is too rough, then I'll spray it in my hands and do it. So that's nice, you guys, but really, really, really perfumey. I'm just going to take some of my hands. That way I can kind of evenly spread it out. So that's very hydrating, very dewy. If you guys don't like strong scents, I'm not sure if you'll like this. I don't mind it. I love a good smell like perfume or even setting sprays that smell good. So let's go ahead in with the Patrik sponge first. I'm going to take my e.l.f. Camo CC cream. First, going in with the Patrik sponge, I'm going to use the bigger side. I'm just going to kind of skip through this part, and then I'll be back to tell you what I think about the sponge. So before we go on the concealer, I'm going to take the Milk Makeup contour stick. This I'm going to go in with the Spongebob sponge. So one end is completely square and flat, and then the other end does have some roundness to it. It might actually be good for foundation, you guys, if you like use the flat side and just kind of dab it. I think it would work really good. But I'm going to take the curved side and just blend it in this bronzer. All right, you guys, so this sponge actually worked way better for bronzer than I actually thought it would. I think it made my bronzer look absolutely beautiful, and it blended it into the skin so nicely. So for concealer, I'm going to take the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. As always, definitely by far my favorite concealer. Going back in with that Patrik sponge, and I'm going to use the pointy side. I actually really like how this is so pointy, because sometimes when I contour my nose, I like to go down the center with powder, and sometimes sponges are just too big, but I like how skinny this is. This side is really nice. It's almost like if you use like your fingers to apply your concealer, that's what this is like. It's really nice. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at this Sandy Cheeks sponge. It is so freaking cool, and I absolutely love it. So what I'm going to use this for, you guys, is I'm actually going to take my powder foundation. This is the NYX one. And I'm just going to go ahead and set all around my face. I really like this. I feel like it's so dense, like you could even use it for foundation. This brush is incredibly heavy because of the little plastic thing on the bottom, but I really, really like this. Now I'm going to take the Spongebob brush for bronzer. I'll be using the Wet n Wild bronzer. It's actually really soft. Online, these brushes kind of looked like they were going to be like hard, but they're not. I feel like this brush would be really good for contouring, but it's not really that good for bronzing. I'm going to go back over it with that Sandy Cheek sponge because I feel like it's just getting a little bit kind of muddy. So I'm also going to use that Sandy Cheeks brush for blush. This is the Essence blush in the shade Beloved. First time I'm ever using an Essence blush. But you guys, I feel like this is like a good multi-purpose brush. I feel like you could use it for a lot of different things. So now I'm going to take the limited edition Spongebob Highlighter. You guys, this is yellow. Like, this is pure yellow. So I don't know how it's going to work for me. Very pigmented, but so yellow. Like, they definitely should have came out with like a few different shades, not just like one shade. Like, one shade just doesn't fit everybody. So that highlighter just did not work for me. So I'm going to take this one from Too Faced. And it's a really pretty highlight. Like, if you're darker than me, I think it would look really good. I mean, it's cool because it's yellow and Spongebob is yellow, but it just doesn't like black look right. So I'm going to go back into the palette for inner corner highlight, and I'm going to grab this shade called Tartar Sauce. This looks so pretty, you guys. Like, this would have been like a perfect highlight shade for me. So now I'm going to go ahead in with the setting spray. So this literally smells just like the primer water. Super like strong, like perfumey smell, but like again, I don't mind that. So I'm gonna go off camera. I'm gonna finish my bottom waterline, and like I said earlier, I am gonna do the same thing that I did on the top of the mattes. I'm also gonna do my lips, and then I'll come back and kind of tell you what I think about everything. All right, guys. So here is the completed look using the new Wet n Wild Time Spongebob collection. Honestly, guys, I'm really impressed with everything. Let's go through everything and I'll give you my final thoughts. Palette, I would give this 8 out of 10 stars. I think it performed fairly well. Now the light blue shade and then the other blue shade that I use, they're like shimmer, they're like glitter shades, but just be careful because they do fall off. But the mattes seem to perform fairly well. I didn't use that many shades, but the ones I did use, I really did enjoy it. Let's talk about the sponges, you guys. I love these freaking sponges. This one is really good for foundation and concealer, and the tip of it makes it feel like your finger. Like, it's really cool. And then the Spongebob one is really nice for bronzer. Like, I would definitely recommend both of these. I would give these both 10 out of 10 stars. The brushes, do you need them in your life? No. Do you want them? Maybe so. I really like the Sandy Cheeks one. I think it's like a multi-purpose brush. For the Spongebob one, I feel like it put the bronzer on way too harshly. Now, if you want to sculpt out with like a contour, I think it'd be good for that. But I definitely prefer the Sandy Cheeks one over the Spongebob one. For the Sandy Cheeks one, I would give this 10 out of 10 stars. The Spongebob, I would give it 7 out of 10 stars. So for the highlighter, I'm going to give this 7 out of 10 stars. I love the way it performed. It was very pigmented, but it's just not one shade for everybody. Like, I feel like if they would have came out like 2 or 3 different shades that fit other people's skin tone, I feel like it would have been better. Other than that, it performed really well, and it is super pigmented. For the hydrating primer and the setting spray, I absolutely love them both. I would give them both 10 out of 10 stars. They both kind of smell the same, and it is very like perfumey. It's not like fruity, but it's more like perfumey. If you guys don't mind that, then you'd probably love these. I really don't mind that. I love the smell of perfume, so I didn't mind at all. And I really liked them. The priming one was definitely very hydrating. It made my skin feel very dewy. It felt literally just like a regular primer on the face, even though it's a spray one. And then the last thing, you guys, that I got was the pineapple sponge case. I'm really excited for this. This is so cool, you guys. I cannot wait to display this on my vanity once I get it all cleaned up. I think it's going to be so cute. This collection, you guys, is probably a collection that I won't ever touch again. I mean, the palette, I'm sure I will, but like the sponges and stuff, I literally just want to like hang them up on my shelf because they're so adorable. But yeah, overall collection, you guys, I would give it 10 out of 10 stars. Even the couple mishaps we had with like the color of the highlighter and then some of the shades in the palette, that does not matter. Like, this set was absolutely awesome, and I think it was such a brilliant idea for Wet n Wild to collaborate with Spongebob. But yeah, if you guys like this video and you guys want to see more videos like this one, please give this video a big thumbs up, and please subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what you guys thought down in the comment section below. And yeah, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.